Okay, today's video is going to be an interesting one. As you can tell from the title, voting in California. Guys, I have received a soggy piece of potential cheating. I mean secure elections, unquestionable secure elections. And I'm going to be showing you what Californians are getting. Dude, across the state, everyone's getting these things, not just citizens. I'm obviously a citizen, but there are a lot of people that are not citizens that are getting this exact same thing. And it's been raining since the 1st of February. It's now the 5th of February. It's been raining nonstop. So everything's soaked. There's flash floods in most of Los Angeles. The mainstream news is saying it's the wettest the state has been in 20 years. So I mean, this is completely soaked. I have no idea how they even want to receive this, or how they would count it, or if I requested another one, if they would give me another one, and if I filled this out, if they would count this, or if they wouldn't count this. And on top of that, I'm going to be showing you this other thing. I received this in the mail too, trying to tell me about what issues I need to vote for. I have no idea what level of severity of homeless I'm going to be able to select for in this pamphlet, but I'm going to be showing you guys that as well. Hopefully there's a non-communist box we can check, maybe that will save the state, but I seriously doubt it. So this video is, I'm sure, going to be really interesting to people in other states in the United States. This is for California. I don't know if people in other states are getting these things, but this is absolutely disgusting. And I have not opened this pamphlet yet, by the way. So I'm going to be going through it on video, and most of it probably won't make it into the video, but if I find something interesting, then I'll put it in and you'll get to see. I'm now opening it for the first time, and I'm just going to go through it, okay? So it says, Voter Bill of Rights. You have the following rights in California. The right to vote if you are a registered voter, if you are eligible to vote, if you are a U.S. citizen, at least 18 years old, registered where you currently live, not currently citizen. Okay. On the very first page, it lists the criteria for you to be allowed to vote. And yet it is common knowledge that everyone is receiving these things, including illegal immigrants and homeless people that have no address and don't meet the criteria, on the very first page of this thing right here. So that's very, very interesting. We all know that in California and in communist regimes, they don't care about coherence or truth. So there's really no telling if they feel the need to be beholden to an objective standard at all. So yeah, let's find out. Let's find out what's going on here. Presidential candidate statements. Let's go to that. It says I have to go online. United States president candidate statements can be found online at voterguide.sascalifornia.gov. Should we go there? Should we find out what that is? By the way, this is the rain map, and I'm recording this hoping that the power doesn't go out because this communist regime, amazing productive state, has been experiencing power outages as a result of incompetence. As a result of global warming and the weather causing the rain. So I'm hoping that I can upload this video promptly. Voter guide. Let's see the presidential candidates. I'm obviously looking to see if a certain candidate is not on the ballot. Let's check out the Democratic Party first. Okay, got a bunch of candidates for the Democratic Party. Apparently these are all people running for president. Now let's go to this. Okay, we all know him. Okay, so they do have. Wait, is that all? Okay, no, there's more. All right. So they do have the guy that I can't say on YouTube because that will get the video throttled. Next, essentially they tell you the details of individual laws that they want to pass, and it looks like this, or it's like yes or no, and they give you a description. And what I'm looking to find is potentially biased language or a misrepresentation in alignment with the Marxist agenda. And so that's what I'm going to be going through here looking for. This is going to take me a long time, but for you guys, it's going to appear very short and succinct. Okay, so prop number 1, also known as like law number 1, authorizes $6.38 billion to build mental health treatment facilities for those with mental health and substance use challenges, not, addictions or challenges is the wording. Very interesting. Provides housing for the homeless. Oh, wow. Okay, so full-on socialist. They're not going to provide me They're not going to provide me free housing. Maybe if I like default on payments and become homeless, then I'll get a free house. But that'd be interesting. They're proposing $6.3 billion. Okay, so this is very obviously, the very first thing is clearly far leftist and socialist. And they're going to explain case for yes and the case for no. Let's read the case for yes. A yes vote on this measure means counties would need to change some of the mental health care and drug alcohol treatment services provided, focus more on housing and personalized support services. Those words mean nothing. That could mean anything. What this probably means, I'm guessing, just knowing the, the sentiment around the way we deal with homelessness here in California, is that the police would have even less power to move people. The state could borrow up to $6.4 billion to build more places where people could get mental health care and drug or alcohol treatment. And by the way, in California, drug and alcohol treatment means giving them free crack pipes and things of that sort. And I'm not joking. There have been campaigns to treat heroin with more drugs. Gosh, I don't know if I can upload that part because it's so. I mean, it's true, but people don't want to talk about that. And we know that on YouTube there's not really tolerance for diversity of opinions. More housing for people with mental health, drug, or alcohol challenges. Okay, so that's their yes case on the very first page of Prop 1. And you can tell from the language that there's nothing of substance in the language. It's just basically catering to feelings, and there's no merit or actual depth to anything that they said here, which indicates to me instantly that they expect me to vote for that. And as I read no, I'm expecting to find language that is more callous and would, to a purely emotional person, be revolting. Keep in mind, guys, later in this video, I'm going to open this soaked pamphlet, and we're going to see what's inside here. I don't even know what's going to be in there. Anyway, a no vote on this measure means counties would not need to change the mental health care and drug alcohol treatment services provided currently. Oh my gosh, dude, it's so corrupt. The language is so corrupt. Because think about it, they created the current problem that exists, and the current problem is terrible. If you walk outside, there's homeless, and dude, the police won't move their homeless cars, their homeless tents, there's stuff on the sidewalks that basically only the rain cleans off because they don't send people to clean the streets. And so they're saying, okay, if you vote no, it means it won't change, but they caused the current situation by their own policy. And so they want to double down on the same thing that created this problem, and if you don't vote yes, then it's like, then they're telling the person it won't change. Oh, you won't change. You don't want to serve the homeless. It's so perverse. And guys, this is just Prop 1. I'm going to go through all of this for you guys and show you the most ridiculous ones. I sure hope my power doesn't go out in this glorious Marxist utopia. Holy shit. All right, let's continue. I'm fully expecting Prop 2 to be remove all faces from money because money has slave owners and we must cleanse ourselves of the patriarchy. That's what I'm expecting to find. Let's see what it actually is. Okay, I have to flip through quite a bit actually. There's a lot of pages dedicated to Prop 1. Let's get to Prop 2. Another interesting detail I should point out is that they have equal size sections for the Green Party, the Independent Party, the Peace and Freedom Party, whatever that means. So they're essentially providing representation in again, a very Marxist fashion, equality of outcome type vibes from this layout, because you would want to provide people the most amount of value in an ideal situation, but that's not really what they're doing. Representation, equality of outcome above everything else. I mean, they have entire pages dedicated to people that no one has ever heard of or seen that are running for candidate positions. Oh, look, they want to elect this guy. What do you guys think? Should we elect this guy? Oh my gosh, bro. He's running for U.S. Senate to continue delivering real results for Californians, making housing more affordable, lowering costs. It's like they're going out of their way to write the inverse of what the truth is. I mean, housing has been the highest it's ever been. There's been a study showing that in order to support a family of 4 in a house that, supports a family of 4 with 3 bedrooms and has all the amenities for that, you'd have to make $734,000 a year in this state to afford that. It's crazy. Is this entire pamphlet Prop 1? Oh, okay, I think I realize what's going on here. This entire pamphlet, guys, is Prop 1, but it's like a bill. So there's tons of policies inside of Prop 1, an enormous amount, but it all centers around, that quick summary that I read at the start. So I'm gonna have to go through this. Okay. Their language is so dystopian. This random part, increase the number of PEI programs, including those utilizing community-defined practices, probably some sort of Marxist practice, that focus on reducing disparities for unserved, underserved, and inappropriately served racial, ethnic, and cultural communities. The obsession and focusing on this division that they insist provides virtue. What's also kind of strange is they're essentially just writing lists of good outcomes, like we want to increase school attendance, community activities, social interactions. Like, they're writing the word social interactions in a bill that they want to pass billions of dollars for. Why would you put social interactions in here? That has nothing to do with a policy. Physical, primary health, care services, personal bonding, relationships, rehabilitation, including employment and daily living function development for clients. So they're just attributing policies that they could write anything for with just positive statements. They're not justifying why these positive statements would occur. They're just saying if you vote for yes, then you're going to increase social interaction in almost every single category. And you're seeing there's a lot of categories, as you can see. There's a Marxist bent in every single one, focusing on the equality of outcome. Encourage countries to coordinate and bend funding streams and initiatives to ensure services are integrated across systems. Oh no. I'd really like to compare this with something that Texas is passing. I bet the Texas thing is like, do you want to get rid of the communists and live in freedom? Vote yes. Or at least it should be like that. Ask yourself why California struggles with so much mental health problems. They're talking about mental health in a ton of this, but other states don't have this issue. It's because their ideology is fundamentally incoherent. It creates cognitive dissonance and tells people all the wrong messages, that they don't exist as individuals, that they don't have to take on personal responsibility. It's terrible, and that's why they have so much degeneracy. Also, they don't enforce the laws and allow, they facilitate this terrible behavior in terms of addiction. Like, this addiction is never going to come to an end unless they make it come to an end. You understand that? They clearly don't understand that, but maybe they don't want it to come to an end. Okay, so looking minutes later through the pages and pages of details associated with Prop 1, they are essentially just listing good outcomes one after the other. They're promising the moon and the stars. We're going to get rid of mental health. We're going to get rid of incarceration and bad problems and even mental psychosis. They're essentially just listing good outcomes, not explaining how giving them an extra $6 billion is going to solve any of this. New commissions and departments and human service agencies, subdivisions and oversight committees are apparently going to give us the utopia, is what I'm taking away from these pages and pages of just listing good outcomes that are not justified in any way. If they could create these outcomes with only $6 billion, then why have they wasted hundreds of billions of dollars on illegal immigrants, and there are still illegal immigrants waiting outside of the Home Depot down the street for work? So essentially, this is just a complete joke. Okay, let's get rid of that thing. Now time to open this soggy, wet, likely ruined due to the rain that, again, millions of people are experiencing in California right now. It's been raining for 5 days. This ballot. See what's going on here. The edges of it are definitely ruined. As you can see, your edges are destroyed. Wait, no way. What? I didn't realize this until now. This has my address on it, which I'm not going to be able to show you guys. I'm going to have to blur it out. But the wrong name is on my address. And it looks like they even misprinted my address. I understand what they're trying to do here, but they fucked it up. And there's the wrong name on my address here. Guys, this is what they're doing. This is what they don't even care. They don't care if I get the right one, or, you know, if this person's going to get 2 or whatever. This is insane. They fucked. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's so ridiculous. The return envelope is soaked from the rain. The ballot is soaked. All on this side. A different guy's name on my address. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. The big problem is no one knows who any of these judges are. Like, a lot of people would want to elect non-woke, non-ideologically possessed judges, but they don't tell us who's woke and who's not on these things. It's just a bunch of names. I wish they would provide that information so that people could actually elect people that would keep the criminals in jail rather than letting out 6-time felons to just commit more carjackings. Then it provides 6 different ballot drop locations on the very last soaked page, which I'm not going to show you obviously, but apparently I could go to any of these drop box locations near your residence with the wrong name. They wouldn't check, they wouldn't care. The vote safely at home, make your voice heard. My voice or this guy's voice? Again, delivered to my address with my address, the wrong name, soaked envelope. All right, well, I'm going to throw this away now because it's not usable. Okay, guys. So, in conclusion, I would conclude that California is a lost cause. This state is so destroyed, and it's not just destroyed because of the things that are going on. The things that are going on could get fixed, not in a heartbeat, but pretty rapidly if they just chose to adopt the correct mental frameworks. But because the entire state is riddled with the resentment of Marxism, the woke mind virus that says there's no such thing as individual responsibility, which is why they don't view any of these homeless people or drug addicted people or people that are doing all the wrong things, making all the wrong choices over and over and over again as individual agents. Because they don't believe in meritocracy and want to flatten out the outcomes bell curve, because they want to squander their money on policies that historically have done the opposite of what they've been designed to do. And because they reject rationality, reason, and logic, all mechanisms that reveal objective truth, which postmodern neo-Marxism says doesn't exist, and if they did adopt those mechanisms, would reveal that the way that they're thinking makes no sense in the first place. For all these reasons, California is a lost cause, because they've been living with crime, they've been living with homelessness for over a decade, and it's just gotten worse in the last decade, and they still haven't changed the way they're voting, because to go against radical left-wing ideology means that you're a bad person. It means that you're no longer part of the protected identity group under Marxism, which gives counterfeit virtue. And you lose your identity, because Marxism replaces the individual identity. Remember, they don't believe in the individual identity of people, which is why they had all those incoherent statements. And they replace it with the group identity that they give you under Marxism. That's how you should primarily identify according to them. So as soon as you disagree, as soon as you say, wait a second, maybe we should elect someone that actually enforces laws. Should we have a judge that puts criminals behind bars for committing crimes? You're all of a sudden a bad person because you are operating with the presupposition of accountability is good, and accountability disintegrates their entire ideology. So the problems that California is facing can be overcome, but the mental frameworks that these people have adopted that are running this state are deliberately designed to resent reality and deny objective frameworks from the ground up, because objective frameworks are discriminatory. Check out my previous videos how I explain the resentment of Marxism is the exact same resentment that radical feminists have towards men. It's the reason why all of these feminists are miserable, hate men, hate masculinity, hate anything that symbolizes objective accountability, meritocracy, impressiveness, competence. Anything that reminds these people that their ideology makes no sense enrages them. And so that's why they can't make progress. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought that it would be interesting. I'm going to try to get it out now. Hopefully the power doesn't go out. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below any thoughts you have about this, and like the video.